Hey everyone, it's Nicole from Healthy NYC. Welcome. Today we're going to be practicing a really well-rounded Vinyasa flow that you can do any time of the day when you want to increase energy in the body. I'm not going to be using any props for this practice today, but it's always a good idea to have 2 blocks and a strap close by. Let's start in a wide-legged child's pose. So big toes together, knees apart. Place your forehead down on the mat, arms stretched out. And just take a few deep breaths here, connecting with your breath and settling into the pose, letting gravity do the work. Breathing deeply into your hips, your shoulders, your back. Two more breaths here. And let's come up to tabletop pose for cat and cow. Knees are underneath your hips, wrists are aligned with your shoulders, fingers spreading nice and wide. On an inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, curl tailbone up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Just take a few more at your own pace with your own breath. Warming up through the spine and the shoulders. Let's take one more full round. Coming back to a neutral spine, we're going to be moving into puppy pose, so walk the palms forward. Keep your knees as they are under your hips. Place your forehead down on the mat. Hugging in your lower belly. Pressing your chest down. Breathing into your shoulders, your upper back. Let's lift up and slide onto our bellies for Sphinx Pose. So your elbows are under your shoulders, feet are pressing into the mat, lifting your chest, shoulders are back. Let's take one more breath here and press back into our first downward dog. Curling the toes under, hips are going up and back. Your feet and your hands are at hip width distance, fingers are spreading nice and wide, head and neck are relaxed, and hug the lower belly in and up. You can paddle out the feet or take any motion that feels good in the body. On an inhale, right leg rises, bend your knee, open up your hip, pressing both shoulders down. Straighten the right leg, and let's carefully step forward. We're moving into Warrior One. So your back foot is pivoting at a 45-degree angle. You have a nice generous bend in your front knee. Both hip bones are facing forward. Inhale the arms up. And let's circle the arms wide, clasp your hands behind your back. You can either stay here or move into a back bend. It's mostly about the upper back. Take one more breath here. Let's come all the way forward into humble warrior. Your head and neck are nice and heavy, trying to maintain a bend in the front knee, pressing into the back foot. Press into both feet to come all the way up to stand. Straighten your front leg. Move your back foot in a few inches, making sure your hip bones are facing forward. Take an inhale to lift the heart. And exhale, hinging from the waist into pyramid pose. You can place your fingers down on the mat or on your blocks. Just relaxing your upper body. Really scooping that left hip forward. It's going to want to open up. You can keep a bend in your front knee. Let's take 3 more breaths here, relaxing the upper body, pressing into the back foot. Use your core to come all the way back up to stand. Let's pivot towards the left side of our mat. Both feet are parallel to the short ends. Take an inhale and exhale into our wide-legged forward fold. Your hands can be down on the mat or on your blocks. Feel free to adjust your stance. Just let your head and neck be heavy. Getting a beautiful stretch in the hamstrings. Shoulders are away from your ears. Take 2 more breaths here. Let's crawl the fingers forward, pivot towards the front side of the mat, and let's move into our easy twist. Left hand is down, right arm is up to the sky. One long line with your arms. Take 1 more breath here. Place both hands down on the mat and let's move through a flow. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. You can take cobra or up dog. And exhale back into downward dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. Spreading the fingers nice and wide, pressing into the fingertips and knuckles. When you're ready, left leg rises, bend your knee, open up your hip nice and wide. Straighten the left leg, and let's carefully step forward into warrior 1 on the left. Hip bones are facing forward, torso is neutral. And circle the arms wide, clasp your hands, other thumb on top. You can stay here or move into your back bend. There should be no pinching or compression in your lower back. Keep your hands off of your tailbone. Take 1 more breath here. Let's come all the way back up and dive forward into humble warrior. Let your head and neck be heavy. Keeping a bend in the front knee. Take 1 more breath here. Let's come all the way up to stand. Straighten the front leg. Move your back foot in a few inches. Both hip bones are facing forward. Let's inhale to lift the heart. And exhale into pyramid pose. Taking your version. Relaxing the upper body to go deeper. Try not to lose engagement in the back foot. Three more breaths here. Press into the feet to come all the way back up. Let's pivot towards the right side of our mat. Both feet parallel to the short ends. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, folding forward at the waist. You can sway your head and neck from side to side, relaxing the shoulders. Let's crawl the fingers forward, pivot towards the front side of your mat. We're going to take our easy twist, right hand down, left arm is reaching up to the sky, looking wherever is comfortable for your neck. Take one more breath here, and let's move into our flow. Both hands down, inhale to plank, exhale chaturanga, back bend, and exhale into downward dog. Let's really stretch it out here. And come down to a seated position. We're going to be moving into a twist. So crossing your right leg over the left, hugging onto your knee, inhale the left arm up, and exhale into the twist. Right arm is behind, nice straight spine. Pressing all four corners of the right foot into the mat. And let's switch to the other side. Your left leg crosses over the right. Inhale the right arm up and exhale into the twist, keeping that length. Hugging your lower belly to create more space. Let's take two more breaths here. And come back to center, lie down on your back. Moving into reclined pigeon pose, so cross the right ankle over the left knee. You can keep your left foot on the mat or clasp behind your upper thigh. And just gently pull your hips in towards your lower belly. Getting a beautiful stretch and release in the right hip. Relaxing the upper body. Let's switch sides. Left ankle over right knee. Gently let that go. Pull both knees in towards your chest. You can stay here or move into happy baby by grabbing onto the outside edges of both feet or your two big toes. Elbows are on the inside, tailbone is pressing down into the mat. Breathing deeply into your hips. And let's release, moving into Savasana, our final resting pose. Both legs are outstretched, take up lots of space. Shoulders are down the back, palms are facing up to the sky. Just take a few moments here to fully relax. Start to bring some movement back into the body, wiggling the fingers and toes. Take an inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Let's roll over to one side, keeping the eyes closed. Gently push yourself up into a comfortable seated position, focusing inward. Hands at heart center. Let's take one more breath together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed this flow. Please do remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you again soon.